The Silver Arrows are coming in hot behind Red Bull. After a series of upgrades done on the W14, Mercedes is now poised to fight back against the tyranny cast over the rest of the grid by Max Verstappen and company. The team is so confident in their new and improved car that team boss Toto Wolff has named the race where they expect to beat Red Bull. Ready to find out? Stay tuned. Toto Wolff just dropped the news that Mercedes is rolling out even more upgrades for the upcoming British Grand Prix at Silverstone. It's clear that their fortune is on the upswing after some seriously impressive performances in the last couple of F1 races. In the Spanish Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell clinched second and third places, and Hamilton recently snagged third place in the Canadian Grand Prix, so it looks like Mercedes is keeping the momentum going. Ever since the upgrades were introduced at the Monaco Grand Prix back in May, the team has been steadily improving their performance. Their drivers secured respectable 4th and 5th positions in that race. However, it seems that the Mercedes team principal is hinting at an even more substantial set of upgrades in the pipeline. Following the Canadian Grand Prix, Wolff took the opportunity to share his thoughts with the media, saying, "We are bringing a larger set of upgrades to Silverstone, and then we should have another one before the shutdown. The learnings have accelerated a lot since we changed some of the conceptual architecture." Wolff dropped a suggestion that the upcoming 4 races will be a true testament to the power of the upgrades. There should be decent steps coming in the next 4 races, and we are understanding better the simulations, which correlates with what we are seeing on track. That has been our problem over the last 1.5 years, but we are seeing good performance gains coming from the wind tunnel. We have a better understanding of what the car needs in order to go fast, what the setups need to look like. The steps are getting bigger now, and we are making good inroads. For all the British fans out there supporting the team, Wolff has some encouraging words. He firmly believes that the best opportunity for the team to secure a victory lies in the upcoming British Grand Prix. When asked about which race Mercedes is most likely to clinch a win, Wolff kept it simple, saying, "Silverstone." There seems to be an interesting leverage point for Mercedes in their contract negotiations with Lewis Hamilton, and that leverage happens to be his teammate, George Russell. Martin Brundle has suggested that Russell's presence within the team gives Mercedes an advantageous position when it comes to discussions about Hamilton's new contract. As per the observations of the commentator, it appears that discussions between the 7-time world champion and his team have hit a roadblock without a clear resolution. But Brundle believes that the younger teammate could hold the key to solving Mercedes' contract dilemmas. Sharing his thoughts during the Canadian Grand Prix weekend, Brundle highlighted the contract issues surrounding Hamilton. He said, "It'll be the detail. I kind of feel it's none of my business, his contract within the team in some respects. Of course, we ask the questions. Lewis transcends this sport in many ways, and I'm sure there will be elements in his contract that reflect that and other things that he does extracurricular to driving the racing car, as it were. Act in haste, repent in leisure. What's the point? The current contract is still in play, and I'm sure they're just working through the detail." According to the pundit's analysis, George Russell, a rising star who has demonstrated his competence as a formidable competitor against the 7-time world champion, could play a crucial role in Mercedes finalizing a new contract with Lewis Hamilton. However, the pundit also pointed out that Hamilton's decision to re-sign with the team will likely hinge on witnessing advancements in the car's performance. Hamilton will likely prioritize seeing tangible progress with the car before committing to another contract with Mercedes. He said, "Mercedes have some cards to play. One of them will be George Russell. Lewis will have some cards to play. One of them will be an underperforming car and things he wants to do. I'm sure they're putting in place all sorts of milestones for the future." In an interesting turn of events, George Russell found himself connected to a lie detector test kit while being asked about his Mercedes teammate, Lewis Hamilton, and whether he considers himself to be the superior driver within the team. To everyone's surprise, Russell confidently asserted that he believes he is a better driver than Hamilton. In his second season with Mercedes, George Russell has garnered attention for his consistent performance. Last year, Russell's impressive results stood out as he outscored the 7-time world champion over the duration of the season. In the current season, Hamilton has maintained an advantage in the intra-team competition. He currently holds a 37-point lead over Russell, and this gap widened further following Hamilton's podium finish at the Canadian Grand Prix. Despite their competitive dynamic, the rivalry between them has remained friendly thus far. The absence of Mercedes in the title hunt this season may have contributed to this amicable atmosphere. However, it is evident that there exists a significant amount of mutual respect between Hamilton and Russell. During a lie detector test conducted by Sky Sports, George Russell had the opportunity to express his genuine thoughts about Lewis Hamilton. The feature, which aired before the Montreal race, saw the 25-year-old being questioned by presenter Simon Lazenby on whether he considers Hamilton to be the greatest Formula One driver of all time. His answer? Yes. The lie detector test quickly provided confirmation that Russell was indeed telling the truth regarding his belief about Hamilton being the greatest Formula One driver. However, when Lazenby posed the next question, inquiring whether Russell considers himself to be faster than Hamilton, there was a brief pause as Russell took a moment to gather his thoughts before responding. He said, "Now? Yes." The lie detector test yielded another truth, indicating that Russell genuinely believes he is faster than Hamilton. While not everyone may agree with this statement, it is evident that Russell holds this belief deep within himself. Additionally, when questioned about his prospects of winning the F1 title in the future, Russell confidently affirmed that he would indeed achieve this feat. Mick Schumacher is playing a role in Mercedes' efforts to challenge Red Bull, although team principal Toto Wolff expressed on Saturday that the son of Formula One legend Michael Schumacher should be out on the racetrack rather than confined to a simulator. Despite facing criticism for his performance, Mick Schumacher has gained strong support from Wolff. The team boss believes that Schumacher was mishandled and unfairly judged during his time at Haas. Over the Canadian Grand Prix weekend, Wolff told reporters, "Every time we speak highly of him, somebody feels to say something negative. Whether I can speak highly and praise Mick, that's what I am doing, but in the end, it is every team authority to decide on their drivers. I think teams are missing out on Mick. I think he was burned last year. I believe whoever gets him will get a very good pilot." It is unlikely that a seat at Mercedes will become available in the near future, as the team has already established George Russell as their driver for the future, and there are reports suggesting that Lewis Hamilton is on the verge of signing a new contract with the team. While Mick Schumacher received limited positive reviews during his tenure at Haas, the reports about the young German coming from the Mercedes camp have been overwhelmingly positive. First of all, it is great to have a mature, successful, and experienced Formula One driver supporting us. In the simulator, his feedback is a tremendous advantage. In some European Grand Prix, having him in the simulator overnight and providing data for the Saturday is a super advantage for us. And if George or Lewis were to have a fish poisoning, then we know we have a super guy that would drive the car well. As much as I like the situation for the benefit of the team, I would every day of the week prefer Mick sits in a cockpit and actually races. Let me leave you with a parting question. Is George Russell right about being faster than his legendary teammate Lewis Hamilton? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for the hottest F1 news.